Welcome back. This is David Tierney. I'm a web designer and I have been putting together a series of tutorials on how to edit and work with a WordPress website. This particular video tutorial is about how to add an image to your website, and it could be either adding one to a page or to a post. And so here I've got the edit page screen open for a particular page of my sample website. And what I'm going to do is put the cursor where I want to add the image. And at this point I'm going to say I generally, as a general rule, put the cursor before the beginning of the paragraph or section that I want to add the image to. And the reason is when I'm actually inserting the image is when I can specify whether I want it to be to the left or to the right of the particular text or content that I want the image to be in relationship to, or centered. And oftentimes it just shows up better when the image is aligned at the top of a paragraph or a series of bullet points or something like that, or a heading. So I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to click on this button up here. You've got Upload, Insert, and here are 4 icons. First one's for adding an image, second one for adding video, third one for adding audio, and the fourth one for adding media. Oftentimes adding media is used to add PDF documents and such that don't fit into the other categories. The steps that we're going to go through for adding an image is very similar for each one of these. The other ones are just more catered towards the specifics of that format. So we're going to click on the Add an Image icon, and it's going to pull up this pop-up which allows us to either pull an image from our computer, and so we can search and select it, or we can, if we've already got an image somewhere and we know the website address, the URL to that image, we can insert it this way from the URL, or we can go to the media library and look at images that have already been updated to the website and find them and click on Show to show the details, and then from there we can add it in. But we're going to go ahead and pull one up from our computer as a sample. So I'm going to select a file. Now there's two ways in which you can pull an image from your website. One is using the Flash uploader, and it says here you are using the Flash uploader. Problems? Try the browser uploader. If you do have problems with Flash uploader, then just click this button and it'll switch over to the browser uploader. One of the benefits of the Flash uploader is that you can select multiple images at once if you want to add them up to your website. So it's also a little bit faster. So I'm going to select an image. I've got an image here, open, pulls it up quickly, shows you the status of pulling it up, and once it's grabbed the image from your computer, it'll give you all the details of the image. Here's the file name, file type, upload date, dimensions. You can actually click on this Edit Image button, and it will allow you to edit this image in many different ways. You can crop it, scale it, apply the changes to just the image size, to the thumbnail, to all sizes except the thumbnail. We're not going to do that right here. We're just going to get into inserting the image into the page or post. By default, the title will take on the name, file name of the image. So you can see here's the file name, and it's just taken the file name and created a title out of it. So I would change the title to something descriptive. Now what's going to happen with the title is once the image is inserted into your page or post, the title will be the text that will pop up when somebody puts their cursor over that image. I believe it's required here, is why they've got a little star, but there is a way that you can get around that. If once you insert your image into your page or post in the admin panel, you can click to edit that image, and from there you can remove the title if you really want that out of there. Alternate text, whatever you put in here will show up if, for example, the website is, the person who's accessing your website's connection is slow, or for some other reason your image doesn't show up on their website. The alternate text is what shows up in place of the image if the image for some reason doesn't show up. Caption, I'm not going to put a caption here. Depending on the way your website is designed, the caption oftentimes may be displayed below your image on the website. Sometimes it's formatted. You might have a border around it with a background color or something, but a caption is generally displayed outright right next to the image as accompanying information. Description is not generally inserted along with the image on a website. Again, some of these are different per how your website is designed. The description usually shows up if your website is set up so that if somebody clicks on that image and it takes them to an attachment page about that image, that's where that description would show up. So again, I wouldn't really worry about it in most cases, but if you are having attachment pages for your images, then you can put a description there and it might show up. Link URL allows you to specify whether you want your image to be a link or not on your website. That means that when somebody visits your website and they see the image, if they were to click on the image, either nothing would happen, and in that case what you would do is you would want to remove the URL that's here by default, and you can just simply click this button, None, and it will remove it. The other option is you can insert the file URL by just clicking this button, and it will provide the full website address to where that image is. And if somebody clicks on the image, then it will be a link, and it will open that image up in its full size. If it is any larger, then it's inserted into your website in a new browser window. And post URL is very similar, but it will open up the image in an attachment page, in a specific type of attachment page, along with the description. In this case, we're gonna have the image not be a link, and I would recommend in most cases, unless you're wanting people to see a larger version of a particular image, that you don't make it be a link, because otherwise it just becomes a distraction if the image is there just as an accompanying image. Then I would just leave it as none. And then alignment, you can specify here whether you want this image to just be put in right where you put your cursor. You can also specify to have it go left, center, or right. For the most part, I usually choose left or right. Programming wise, what it'll do is it will float it, meaning it will have it adjust to the left or to the right and have the text wrap around it, and put a little padding is most of the way that websites are going to be formatted. So selecting left or right is mostly where you want it, unless it's a full width image, and then you might want to center it for a look. Size, you've got a thumbnail, medium, large, and a full size. So this image in its full size, here's the dimensions: 935 pixels wide and 935 pixels tall. I can select a thumbnail size, a medium size, a large size. The reason it doesn't give a large size is because the large size specified for this website is larger than the full size, and so the full size is the largest size. These dimensions are specified and will be different for each website per the theme that you've installed, and you can control those and change those in the settings for your website. And then finally, you've got the option to insert into post, use as featured image, or delete the image. So if you upload it by accident, you can delete it. If you want to use it as a featured image, then, for example, if this page that you're inserting this image associated with comes up in a search results, this will be the image that they may show in the search results along with that page, if an image is designed to be shown there. By selecting that, it still allows you to still insert that image into the page. And if you don't want to insert the page, you just wanted to upload it, there is another option down at the bottom that's not showing in this screen. It says just to save your changes. And we're going to insert the image, and we're going to want to have it go to the left. Actually, let's put it to the right. It'll be more obvious in how it shows up. And we'll take a medium size, and we'll go ahead and click Insert into Post. And we've got no link. We've got our title, our alternate text. We're going to hit Insert into Post, and there it is. It gets inserted in, and you can see it's off to the right, just like we specified. And if we want to edit it at this point, we can click somewhere on the image. These two icons will pop up. This one is to delete it, and this one allows you to edit it again. So if you want it a little bit smaller than that medium size, you can actually adjust it here, 90%, 80%. Let's say we'll make it 80%, which will make it a little bit smaller. And here's where I was saying if you want to remove the title, you can remove the title here if you don't want it for some reason. We'll hit update. We can see that it makes the image a little bit smaller than it was. It's 80% the size. And now we can just go ahead and update our page. And we'll go view our page. Didn't look like it took the update. There we go. Sometimes when you click on the update button, it doesn't update because it's already backing up and you just need to wait a few seconds. So now we'll click on view page, and here we are. Here's our image. It's off to the right of the text, and if this text was really long, it would actually wrap around the image. And now I want to show you, if you go back to the edit page screen for this page, if you go back into add an image, you'll see there's a new tab up here called Gallery. Gallery will show you all of the images that have been uploaded to this one specific page or post. Right now, since we just added this one image, before there wasn't any images at all, so it didn't give us a gallery, but now we've got one image. It shows us gallery, and here's the one image. Media library, on the other hand, shows all the images that have been uploaded to the whole website. In either case, you've got a thumbnail, the name, and the word show. You can click on the word show, and it'll give you all the details for that particular image. And hit hide again, it'll go away. So you can do that for any of the images, delete them, modify them from there. And then the last thing I want to say is in the notes for this particular video there is a link to a blog post which has a lot of this in more detail written up in a blog post with some pictures and references if that's also helpful for you. Thanks for watching.